Hi guys, good afternoon and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in today's video, this is a topic I've had on my mind for a while now. In fact, it was recently sparked or reignited, so to speak, a couple of months ago when the story first broke. Well, the story actually leaked in late 2023 and then came back to the surface earlier this spring, and I had some thoughts on the matter I wanted to tell you guys about because, like many of you, I enjoyed the X-Files as well. Growing up, I never watched it while it was originally on. I was far too young for it. I'm sure it would have scared the hell out of me. But about a decade ago, I did binge the entire series, and I enjoyed it for the most part. And I also watched the Revival series from a few years ago as well, which was a 2-season run, and liked that, and I enjoyed that as well. And as a whole, I liked the series, but what I really enjoyed the most were the Monster of the Week episodes. All the episodes that were primarily standalone investigations and stories into Mulder and Scully, investigating some kind of monster or mutant or superhuman that was killing, eating, hurting people in a city or a town or whatever. Those episodes I thoroughly enjoy, and I continue to rewatch those Monster of the Week episodes to this day because I enjoy them so much. In my opinion, the season that had the best Monster of the Week episodes was season 1. You know, that had multiple independent episodes that were separate from the overarching alien conspiracy story that was carried throughout the series across seasons. But I thoroughly enjoyed the Monster of the Week episodes. And when the story broke earlier this spring that Ryan Coogler, the director and filmmaker of such films like the Black Panther movies and the Creed films, was going to be helming a reboot of the X-Files. That was very exciting news to me. Apparently, Chris Carter, the original creator of the X-Files, is not involved in the series, in this new show, in any way, shape, or form. But apparently he gave Coogler his blessing and wished him luck. And he said he knew nothing about it except that, you know, he gave the thumbs up to Coogler and said, go ahead and make it. I don't know if David Duchovny or Gillian Anderson are involved. I think Duchovny wants to move on from this franchise. Gillian Anderson might be convinced to come back. I do not know. But what's exciting to me about this reboot or revival, whatever you want to call it, is that it's been described as a reboot with a very diverse cast. So instead of getting two lead characters as our two main agents like Mulder and Scully were for many years for a majority of the main show, the main series. It sounds like we'll have a team of diverse FBI agents looking into the paranormal, supernatural, and aliens and whatever else you want to call it. Now, if I were Ryan Coogler, and obviously I'm not, but if it were up to me, I would make this new X-Files series entirely Monster of the Week episode only. You know, if you want to have episodes that serve as sequels to each other, that's fine. But, you know, it's just that the alien conspiracy and colonization storyline dragged out over the course of the main series of the X-Files. And there was some resolution, but personally, I was left feeling a bit disappointed with a few certain things about that overarching storyline throughout the show. But then again, the show was probably never meant to be binged in a single setting like I did over the course of a year or 2 years or however long it took me. It was years and years ago. But I feel like a newer version of the X-Files, if you want to keep people's attention, is to make every episode, every week, a new, scary, awesome-looking monster, or human mutant, or superhuman, you know, whatever you want to do. Just make it a really cool-looking creature and have it be scary and have it terrorizing a community, and our team of agents are assigned to this X-File to investigate it and put a stop to it, save the day, or kill it, whatever. And I think this new series, this new X-Files series, should take a page out of the show that was a huge inspiration to Chris Carter for the creation of the X-Files. The short-lived but well-beloved classic, Kolchak, the Night Stalker. Earlier this year for my birthday, I was gifted a very thoughtful gift of Kolchak the Night Stalker, the complete series on Blu-ray. I watched it and enjoyed it all so much. I had seen it all once before, but many years ago. It was great rewatching it and remembering my favorite episodes and favorite monsters. And I thought to myself, this is what the new X-Files should be. A new episode every week, a new story, new episode, a new monster, but change up the agents and have the diverse cast of agents investigate different monsters and creatures every week. You know, make that their routine X-Files. Just ignore all the alien colonization conspiracy theory crap, because conspiracy theories have done a lot of damage to this country in the past several years, especially during and since COVID. And there's a lot of batshit crazy conspiracy theories out there. The ones about aliens, in my opinion, are a bit more believable, but the other ones are just downright idiotic and stupid. But that's not the point. My point is that this new X-Files show, if it should ever come to fruition, should take a page out of Kolchak's playbook and just make it a new story every week. Every episode is a new monster, a new case, and just have your diverse cast of agents or characters take turns and assignments as to who investigates each monster and case on a bi-weekly basis or whatever. Of course, that's just me. That's what I would do if I was running this X-Files show. I have no idea what Ryan Coogler actually has planned or how the show is going to look if we ever see it at all. So many shows and films are announced and sadly never come to fruition. They never happen because they get stuck in development hell. The plans fall apart, the plans change, or the person who was interested in doing it backs out, exits the project, whether it's a film or TV show, and then it sadly never happens. So who knows if we'll ever see this X-Files reboot someday. Personally, I hope we do. And when we do, I sure hope we get a lot of awesome Monster of the Week episodes, because those are always my personal favorite episodes of the X-Files. And that was certainly the entirety of the run of Kolchak the Night Stalker. Every single episode was a different monster, a different story, a different case he was working on. And that, in my opinion, is what the new X-Files show should be about. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there should be an overall arching conspiracy alien invasion story, much like during the original run of the original series. But who knows? We'll know when we know. We'll find out when we find out. Do you guys have any thoughts or feelings about this X-Files reboot? How do you feel about it? Why do you feel about it the way you do, and why? Please try to keep it civil and respectful in the comments section below. Do you guys want to see an overall storyline that goes throughout the entire series, or should it stick to a Monster of the Week episode basis only? Let me know what you think, and have a great rest of your weekend if I don't see you. The X-Files is now streaming in its entirety on Hulu, and probably other streaming platforms, but mostly on Hulu. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and of course, until next time, the truth is out there.